All contractor employees must adhere to Friendship GMP guidelines when working in the plant. The following are some GMPs and rules which outside contractors must pay special attention to. These will be reviewed with all contractors by the EHS manager or designee before starting work, and a signed copy kept on file. Contractors, as all visitors, must sign in when arriving and obtain a visitor badge. Visitor badges are to be worn at all times when on the property and must be turned in at the end of the day. Required personal protective equipment, or PPE, includes bump hats worn over hairnets in all production and warehouse areas, safety glasses worn at all times, and hearing protection used in all designated areas. Hairnets are required to contain all hair. This includes beard nets for those with beards and for sideburns and mustaches that exceed standards. Shoes are to be sturdy, low-heeled, leather or vinyl type with stainless steel or composite safety toes. All shoes are to be covered with yellow disposable shoe covers while on site, in addition to using all available foot baths. Clean clothes must be worn. No shorts or tank tops. Button shirts must be properly buttoned. Keep any loose clothing away from machinery and moving equipment. Plant management may elect to ask contractors to wear blue smocks in the plant. Cell phone use is not allowed in the plant without management approval. There should be no jewelry worn in the plant. All items must be removed from pockets above the waist. Gum, candy, and tobacco usage is not permitted in the plant. Medications are not allowed in the plant. Toothpicks, pens, or similar objects are not to be held in the mouth. Pencils, cigarettes, or other objects are not to be held behind the ears. Food and beverage is not allowed in the plant. No glass items are allowed in the plant. Smoking is allowed only in the designated smoking areas. Hands must be washed before starting work, after using the restroom, after each absence from the work area, and any other time when hands have become soiled or contaminated. Foot baths or foam stations are located at primary entrances to the plant. Please use them by stepping through with both feet. No contractor may work in the food plant with any open sore on an exposed portion of the body or while afflicted by an infectious or contagious disease. If a contractor is working on product equipment, injured or bandaged hands must be protected by a glove. Product and packaging materials shall not be handled by contractors. Product containers are to be used only for their intended purpose. Never store nuts, bolts, parts, liquids, or any other items in food product containers. Solvents or other toxic substances must not be used during product production and must be properly stored and labeled. Store equipment parts on carts, stands, racks, or mats designed for that purpose. Never store items directly on the floor. Temporary repairs are not acceptable, except in the case of emergency. If a temporary repair is made, plant management must be made aware to assure adequate corrective measures. If items are removed from walls or floors, it is not acceptable to leave holes that are not filled. The holes must be filled or arrangements made with plant management for work to be completed. Hose nozzles, for example, water or compressed air, must be kept off the floor. When using water hoses, do not splash water from the floor or unclean equipment to clean equipment or product areas. Any activity which produces dust particles, metal filings, or other potential contaminants is not permitted during times that food is being processed. All product and equipment is to be adequately protected before any work begins. If items or equipment are brought into the production area, they must be clean and pest-free. The Friendship Dairy's bucket and brush program will be followed. White brushes and doodle bugs are to be used only on food contact equipment. Yellow brushes, are to be used only on walls, lines, and equipment exteriors. Blue brushes are to be used only for janitorial and lab purposes. Red brushes are only to be used on raw equipment. Green brushes are only to be used on raw walls and lines. Black brushes are only to be used on floors and drains. The area needs to be cleaned when work is complete. Do not leave dirt, metal filings, parts, welding slag, or other debris in the work area. Avoid sitting or standing on product shipping cases or ingredient containers in a manner which damages or soils them. Any kind of welding, cutting, burning, or other activity that involves or generates sparks or flame requires a hot work permit available from the safety director or maintenance. A contractor GMP form needs to be reviewed and signed on an annual basis for any contractor that may perform jobs numerous times during the year. The contents of this QA policy are incorporated into the contractor training handbook maintained by the EHS manager on the shared drive.